Hello everyone, it's October 1, 2025, a wonderful Wednesday. This is your host, Sano, and today, I'm super excited to introduce a trending article from the arXiv. It's a bit of a brain bender, but totally fascinating. Let's dive right in. The title is, get ready for this. Quantitative quantum soundness for almost apartheid. Compiled non-local games. Wow, what a mouthful, right? The curl is tats://carxid.org/abs/2509.25,147. It's long. Trust me, the ideas inside are super cool. So, what's the big problem this paper is trying to solve? Okay, imagine a game, but not just any game. It's called a nonlocal game. In this game, you have multiple players, let's say Alice, Ballad, and Charlie. Super important rule is that they can't talk to each other at all. They're in totally separate rooms. A referee gives each of them a question, and they have to give an answer. They win as a team if their answers follow a specific rule. Now, here's the magic part. If these players share something called quantum entanglement, which is like a mysterious, invisible connection, they can coordinate their answers and win way more often. This is called a quantum advantage. So cool? But there's a catch. This whole setup depends on them being physically separated. Making sure they can't communicate is really, really hard in life, especially if you have lots of players. So some super smart scientists came up with a new idea. Instead of using physical distance, they used cryptography to keep the players from cheating. It's like they may compile the game into a new version where one single player plays all the parts, one after another, to stop them from cheating. The questions for the early rounds are encrypted. The player has to work with the encrypted info. So they can't just look at all the questions at once. This is done using something called quantum homomorphic encryption. But that raises a huge question, right? Is this cryptography method actually secure? Can a really clever, dishonest quantum player find a loophole in encryption and still cheat? Can they score even higher than the original quantum advantage allows? The security guarantee is called quantum soundness. And, for a while, we only knew it worked for two-player games. We didn't have solid proof for games with many players. This paper totally changes that. It proves that this method is secure for all multiplayer games, meaning games with any number of players. That's a huge deal. So you might be thinking, okay, son, no, that's neat. But how does this apply to my everyday life? That's a great question. Well, this research is super important for verifying quantum technologies. Imagine you're using a quantum computer over the cloud. How do you know it's a real quantum computer and not just a regular computer pretending to be one? These compiled games act like a test or a scooper thing made. They're dead. But only a true quantum device can pass. This paper makes those tests way more reliable and practical. It's also super important for generating truly random numbers. Real randomness is essential for... These games can produce randomness that is certified to be perfect. And now we can do it with just a single, untrusted device. How awesome is that? Now let's compare this new method to other technologies. The original way to play these games required physical separation, like putting players in different cities. That's super expensive and hard to scale up. This new compiled method replaces all that physical hassle with elegant and efficient cryptography. It's like going from a giant, Broma-sized computer to a tiny microchip. And compared to earlier security proofs, this paper is a game changer. Previous work was either just for two-player games, where they have theoretical guarantees that only worked in a perfect world. This paper gives quantitative bounds, which means it provides concrete, real-world security numbers. It's like the difference between saying, This car is probably safe. And saying this car has a 5-star safety rating. And here are the exact results from the crash tests. It's a solid, trustworthy guarantee. This paper talks a lot about cryptography, which is something we actually use every single day. Let me give you a few examples. First, there's secure communications. You know when you're online shopping or checking your bank account. And do you see that little padlock icon in your browser address bar? That's right, that's cryptography at work. It's called Solar Pulse, and it encrypts the connection between your computer and the website server. This keeps your passwords and credit card numbers totally safe from anyone trying to snoop on that connection. Second, we have data encryption. Think about your smartphone or your laptop. If it gets stolen, you wouldn't want someone to access all your photos, messages, and personal files, right? Well, technologies like data encryption scramble all that information without your password or fingerprint. The data is just a jumbled mess that no one can read. That's cryptography protecting your private life. And the third one is digital signatures. How does your computer know that a software update is really from a company and not a sneaky virus in disguise? It checks the digital signature. The company uses a secret key to mask the software. Your computer then uses a public key to verify that signature. If it matches, you know the software is authentic and hasn't been tampered with. It's like a high-tech, unforgeable seal of approval. So this paper is building on these amazing ideas and pushing them into the incredible world of quantum mechanics to create the next generation of secure technology. That's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this little peek into the future of quantum security. This is Sanno signing off. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.